What? Nah. I totally saw Hot Dog Princess get sucked in here, and I wasn't invited? I was all, what the lump? So I'm crashing this party. I was just trying to help, but whatever. Love you guys. Drama bomb. Yeah, guess what? Slime Princess is in the park, and she's like talking to a new nice king. And he's like totally single. Oh my god, Melissa. Ever since Clara stopped eating meat, her skin looks so good. I mean, she still looks fat, but like, I can't say that junk to her face. I'm doing so awesome on my own. Like, right now, I found this can of beans. Call BFF66. The mama wolf was all like, we must take care of her, as if she were our own. And Papa Wolf was all like, this is a special child who needs special love because she's gonna be great when she grows up.
So these were talking wolves?
No, they were normal wolves. I knew what they were thinking because of their body language. Bumps!
Real-life miracle!
Like in that movie about the Bible.
This yard is quite unkempt.
I know. They should really get a lawn makeover.
Some people are beyond help.
Right.
What are you doing?
This toaster's really shiny.
Later.
Gee, Sandy, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's relevant.
Muckle. Please tell me you're not thinking of entering the contest that I'm gonna win? I have just as much chance as you, Mandy. FYI, this award goes to someone who best exhibits youthfulness. You're better suited to enter the Senior Olympics.
Please, Mandy. Sam's got twice as much youth as you.
Whatever. I'm just trying to save her from total embarrassment. After all, she's the one with gray hair.
Gray hair?
Of course, if you get one, you're sure to get another and another. Yeah, right. But I'm just gonna go check anyway.
You suck at being anorexic. Time to embrace bulimia. You're welcome. If you just admit your parents or cousins, people will stop making fun of your learning disability. You're welcome.
So I'm like so bored, and he's like, hey there, and I'm like, hey you, and he's like, one hang, and I'm like, okay, and he's like, oh really, and I'm like, whatever, and he's like, Supremo, and I'm like, uh-oh, and he's like, baby, and I'm like, excuse me, and he's like, you want me, and I'm like, seriously, and he's like, totally, and I'm like, nah, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, no way, and he's like, you bet, and I'm like, I don't think so, and he's like, you're right, and I'm like, loser, and he's like, so I'm in this bar, and he comes over, and I'm thinking, oh my god, and he's like, hi, and I'm like, hi, and he's like, are you on your own? And I'm like, yes, and he's like, no way, and I'm like, it's true, and he's like, I don't believe you, and I'm like, come on, and he's like, I'm serious, and I'm like, cut it out, and he's like, am I embarrassing you? And I'm like, can we stop? And he's like, I saw you come in, and I'm like, okay, and he's like, can I get you a drink? And I'm like, that'd be great, and he's like, what do you want? And I'm like, a soda, and he's like, is that all? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, on its own, and I'm like, yes, and he's like, don't you drink? And I'm like, no. And he's like, why not? And I'm like, it's none of your business. And he's like, I'm only asking. And I'm like, well, you started it. And he's like, calm down. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And he's like, don't be. And I'm like, why should I? And he's like, back off. And I'm like,
she's like super shady. He's like super shady. They're like super shady perfect for each other.
Like, no way. Seriously, like, no way.
That's like so good, right? What?